My name is Leveni,
My name's Xochitl.
and we started coming to Voice Church of April 2019.
Yeah, we started coming when my sister introduced us to the church. Asked her what church she was going to, and she told me it was called Voice Church and that it was located at the marketplace. I was waiting for her to invite us, but she didn't. So one day I just said, "I'll see you Sunday morning at 10:30." That's how we ended up here at Voice.
When we started having issues in our marriage around early 2023, we were just not getting along.
There was not really like one thing that happened. There was just marriage is hard and there are seasons. We sought help from like a marriage counselor, but it would work for some time and then we would just go back to doing the same things that we always did.
I started playing basketball with a good friend of mine just to have time for myself and to get away from her, just to have like that space. That even added more to our issues because she wanted to go to church, I wanted to play basketball, watch football. After a while, my friend had to he had to have surgery for his gallstones. So then we started going back to church, basically because my friend wasn't available.
And it was probably around that time when I really learned about the power of prayer. It's like what I felt was like kind of the lowest point in our marriage. So yeah, I prayed every day. Sometimes I wonder, like, is this gonna work out or is this not? Like, I was just kind of questioning everything. At one point, I just decided to surrender everything to God. I surrendered myself, our marriage. I just told him, like, you know what, like, whatever happens, Lord, just let your will be done.
When we went back, she would ask me if we would like to go or if I would like to go up and receive prayer after church. I said no because I knew that I would probably cry. She would ask me like every week and I would just come up with excuses. One day at work, when I was delivering mail to the houses on my route, there was a lady standing by her mailbox, and when I handed her the mail, she said to me, I got the feeling that God wants me to say a prayer for you. I wanted to say no because I knew I would cry, but I thought it would be rude, so I said yes. And then she asked what she could pray about, and I told her for my marriage. She put her hands on my shoulder, we both closed our eyes, and she said a prayer for me, or for us. And then I thought, wow, I couldn't go up to receive prayer at church, but God sent prayer to me.
So another thing that I prayed about a lot was when we had discussions about tithing, because he wasn't really like a fan of tithing.
We continued going to Voice Church, and we heard that they were going to an orphanage, and my wife came up with the idea to donate toys from our business, and I thought it was a great idea. She always wanted to tithe, so I thought, this is just another way of tithing. Tithing was a big thing for me. It has to do a lot with trust, and I thought if I went all in and showed that I could trust in God, that maybe my prayers would be answered. Shortly after that, I told my wife, let's not do marriage counseling anymore, and let's go all in with Voice Church and get more involved in the church and get closer to God, basically.
We love our small group. If you've been wanting to join a small group and you're an introvert like us, I'd highly encourage you to just do it because we didn't want to join one in the beginning either. But now that we are in a small group, I don't think we could see ourselves not being in a small group. So yeah, just do it. It might change your life. I feel like God's timing like couldn't have been more perfect. Like I pray that we, for him to help us not argue anymore, to, help me obviously with the tithing that I already mentioned before. He didn't give me just that, like he gave me something like beyond that. Like our life just took like a 180 or 360?
It's a 180.
Okay.
It's like a 180.
Okay.
360 would be back in the
Just
same
kidding.
spot.
We're more patient with one another, more loving, praying daily, sending like words of encouragement, Bible verses to one another, listening to worship music. I always remember Natalie saying something when she was preaching. She said, He has a far greater plan for you than what you have planned for yourself. All I prayed for was for us to stop arguing all the time, and that was it. Like I told myself I would have been happy with that, but He had a far greater plan for us than what I actually wanted for myself. Voice Church feels like home to us, and I'm just happy that we got to share a little bit of our story with you guys. Anyone ever wants to grab some coffee or just talk, we're both more than happy to do so.
Thank you for listening to our story. If anybody wants to play basketball, I'm down. I'm always down, except for Sundays. So I'll be at church.